y'all want to know. Y'all in between a whole lot of decisions. Hey beauties, y'all ain't ready for today's video. So we just gonna cut to the chase because look at my face. Sitting, serving, spilling all kind of tea. If you're here today, you're here because you're trying to figure out if you should buy NARS or if you should buy Fenty Beauty. And I'm gonna let you know that. If you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a huge like. I'm putting NARS and Fenty over against each other. Like I can't even believe I'm using them in the same sentence right now. So yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna do is talk about these foundations and give y'all like the details if y'all don't know that part about each individual foundation. So we're gonna have NARS on this side. We're gonna have Fenty Beauty on this side. Whew, baby, y'all ain't ready. So let's talk about the FAQs on NARS. So NARS is a buildable, full coverage foundation with up to 16 hours of lightweight, natural, fade-resistant wear. This foundation is good for normal, dry, and combination skin. It has a natural finish. The price point is $49. They also have a mini version of this that was like limited edition. I don't know if it's still out yet, but if it is, I'll let you know. It was like $24 or something like that, which was clutch because, baby, this foundation was very good. And even if you couldn't pay for the full size, getting the mini did you some justice, period. This foundation line comes with 34 shades. I've been wearing this foundation for some time. You've seen it on my channel before. I reviewed this when it first came out. This foundation came out, I think it released in 2017 or 18. I believe this foundation came out in 18. So that's it for the NARS. Now we finna move on to Fenty Beauty. This foundation is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr Hydrating Longwear Foundation. This foundation is $35. This line of foundation also comes in 50 shades. Fenty foundation released last year, 2019, and it's hydrating, has a natural finish. It delivers comfortable long wear and a minimum to full coverage for normal to dry skin. So this is for normal to dry skin. So if you have oily skin, it won't work for you. This foundation, it doesn't have a timeline of how long you can wear this foundation. However, I'm going to do my wear test. And typically on my channel, I do a wear test where I wear the foundation or whatever product it is that I'm reviewing for 12 hours. 12 hours, I believe, in my opinion, is the maximum amount of how long a work shift looks like. So if you're working at least a minimum of, or at least a minimum of 12 hours, I'm delivering on that time frame. But for today's video, I am going to put these two up against each other because it's time to settle it out. The girls want to know. The girls want to know. It's great for perfectly smooth, natural finish that lets skin look like skin. So, are y'all ready? What's tea? Okay, so I already got my eye makeup done. I'm gonna start with my face real quick. I'm going to be putting on, just a quick disclaimer. So the primers I'm putting on my face today are primers that I know hold my makeup. So today I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Air Pure Canvas Primer. I use this one quite a bit, and it does your skin justice. I love this one, so I'm just going to start focusing this exactly where I want it to be. Whew, I'm excited. These two foundations are like legit so good. I'm so excited to see the outcome. Okay, so that's it for that one. On top of that, we finna secure the skin with my Tasha Silk Canvas Primer. Love this primer. If you can't get the big one, be like me and get the mini one, baby, because it's worth the buck. I think it's like $20. But this right here holds me so good. This is so good. Are y'all ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? I'm going to start with the NARS so I don't confuse nobody. So we're going to start applying NARS on this side of my face. NARS is going to take over the left side of my face. Today I'm going to be using the shade New Caledonia or Dark number 2. This is for deep skin with yellow undertones. I'm going to take about 2 pumps. I'm going to do 2 pumps since we on one side of the face. And I hope the hair don't get in the way. Okay. So let's just start. Let's get into this coverage. So one thing that I really like about the NARS is that when you apply it, it applies so good and so skin-like. I'm gonna add 1 more pump or 2 more pumps. So this is a total of 4 pumps for one side of my face using the NARS. And I'm using a brush, so most of the product is not getting soaked up. It's sitting in the hairs, which is a good thing because you don't want to lose out on so much product. And also if you're trying to ensure that you're not using too much product, so you don't run out of this foundation so quick, you be able to gauge because of how many pumps. Not saying that keeping track, but you'll be able to know. We got the NARS fully applied, and look how skin-like that is. Look how skin-like that is. Very, 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 very beautiful. Covering the flaws. Covering the flaws. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty on this side of my face now, and the shade that I have is 450. Now, I just used the NARS on this side of my face, and the description of the NARS foundation is for deep skin with yellow undertones. So, I already know that this one, this Fenty Beauty, is going to be way more darker because the description on the Fenty Beauty says for deep skin with neutral undertones. Now, when doing the pumps on the back of my hand, the Fenty Beauty one is definitely generous. You want to keep that in mind. So we're going to just start applying. I'm going to start here. So it looks super red. It looks reddish, if you can see the difference. It's a little bit darker in shade. Undertone is not protruding that much of a difference, which is good because I don't want it to look too obvious that the shades are inconsistency. But yeah, this is very generous. Now putting this one on my face definitely feels hydrating. So hydrating. I'm trying to like share my nose. We're gonna meet it in the middle. Yes, this one is definitely generous. The Fenty Beauty was way generous. So we're gonna let this one dry down. We have met in the middle. Yes. So I only did 3 pumps of the Fenty Beauty on this side, and I have to do 4 pumps of the NARS on this side. Everything looks so good. I'm going to put some concealer on camera so you guys can see how these 2 foundations cooperate with wearing concealer and how it blends in together. I know a lot of people like to see stuff like that. So for my concealer today, I'm going in with my Too Faced Multi Sculpting concealer, This is in the shade Mocha. Guys, when I tell y'all I'm about to scrape this bottle because this bottle has been finished. And I love this so much. Now this side of my face is so much lighter than this side of my face. So you guys can see the difference in the shade. The Fenty Beauty shade that I have is a tad bit darker. But I can get away with it, especially with concealer and blending it out. Where this side of my face with the NARS, it looks like it's spot on. It's like a lot more lighter on this side, which is fixable. You can still wear this and it still looks good. So it's not going to be a huge difference. Of course, you're going to see a big of a difference now. And also, we're waiting on this side to dry down. Now, it looks like, yeah, that side is dry. Oh, it's actually dry. So they're both dried down. It's just that this one is darker, so I guess it's looking a little bit more wet. But it's dried down. I feel like the coverage is definitely there. It's so there. It's so nice. I really like how my face is sitting right now. I really like how it looks. It looks really good. Yeah, it looks really good. Okay, so we're going to start putting some concealer on. I want to try my best. Less is more. Less is more. I want to try my best to get as much out of this bottle. And it's good that I'm using the brush. I'm using another brush to blend this out. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my Tarte, just because I want the transition in my concealer to flow. And Tarte is just a little bit darker. And I'm only placing it here. And this is in the shade Deep. So I'm going to start blending this out. So I feel like this concealer is blending in very well into my Fenty Beauty side. You don't see where the concealer stops. It doesn't look like it's sitting on top, which is something that you don't want. Under eye looks so flawless. I'm gonna start blending it on the forehead as well. And then I'm gonna start working my way to the side where the NARS is. It's not gonna move over to the NARS side because it's already dried down. So we're just blending concealer at this point. Now this concealer has been sitting longer on this side. So if it appears that it's more full coverage, that could be why the brush is picking up less product that is wet. And it's blending in to the NARS side very well. And I'm just gonna blend out the nose. I'm going to finish the rest of my face, and then we're gonna come back so you guys can see how the rest of my face looks, but I'm gonna do that off camera. All right, girl, so we back, and I look good, okay? So, ooh, wow. Face is serving the goods. Wow. These foundations are impeccable. They're doing it. They're sitting. They're serving. The girls are happy. Yes, honey. I love it. Okay, so let me give you guys a quick little update. So while I was doing my makeup, I was watching how all the products were blending into the foundations. I feel like the foundations really held it together. They didn't separate. Products didn't separate. Products blended well into them. I told you, I don't think you can really tell the difference. And I got two different foundations on. If you saw the beginning of the video, you only know that. But if you're at this point in the video, you wouldn't even be able to tell. And that's why I said you can fix the shades with a little bit of concealer, a little touch. But we're gonna do a 12-hour wear test. I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts. I'm gonna see who start breaking down, who start creasing. We finna really get into it. I'm gonna spill some tea. I'm gonna let y'all know who win, because we battling it out. Yeah, so I'll see y'all tonight. Let's dive into the nitty gritty. So I didn't blot. I didn't do any kind of touching up today at all. So with the NARS foundation, I really like the shade. I feel as though it's a very good match for me. I love how it feels on the skin. It definitely blends out very, very well. I don't like the fact that I have to pump too much. Another thing that I really like about the NARS is that it's very full coverage, and I don't have smile lines. Like underneath my eye, there's no creasing. I really think that they did a very good job when formulating this product. I really wish that this foundation line goes deeper. I don't like how much money it is. I mean, it's NARS, but at the same time, I don't think that $45, that's a bit hefty. Yeah, that's a little bit hefty, you know, like that's almost $50. I can go buy me a whole outfit from Fashion Nova with that. Oh no, I'm just playing. But I feel like $50 is a lot. I mean, it can go a long way. NARS stretches a long way. So, I mean, give or take, the quality is there. At the end of all what I'm saying is that I really think that NARS is very, very well. So, I'm going to start talking about the Fenty Beauty. And then we're going to get into tea about which one I feel is better, you know, because that's what you're here for. If I look at this side of my nose, this side of my nose is not as oily as this side of my nose. I like the Fenty Beauty too. The thing with the Fenty Beauty foundation is I've tried from shade 420 all the way to 450. And I feel like 450 is the closest to me. 445 has like an olive undertone, and I don't think that looks good on me. I feel like if 450 wasn't as red, it looks like it was red. If it wasn't that red, I feel like it would have been a great shade. Like if it was the same shade as the NARS, oh my god, girl, be perfect. Okay, I really like the price point, $32 if I'm right or wrong. Anyways, that's a good price for a high-end foundation, and I think that you get a lot of quality for the price that you're paying. So I feel like it's meeting you in the middle. Like it's not too cheap and it's not too expensive. It's like right there. So I feel like as the oils come out of my skin more and more, the foundation breaks up. So this foundation actually is moving here and here. You can see my skin seeping through underneath because the foundation is spreading. Now remember, we only did 3 pumps of the Fenty Beauty, and that was able to fill our entire face. So with us being full coverage, and then throughout the day the foundation started to break down, there's something that you want to be mindful of. Maybe color correcting first before you apply the foundation, just to give the foundation a little bit more help and covering up those dark areas on your face. I would recommend that. Another thing about the Fenty Beauty that I really like, I mean, who doesn't like the shade range? I mean, come on now, we get 50 shades, baby. Like, Rihanna knew what she was doing when she released this foundation. Now, I love both foundations. Again, we have NARS, and then we also have Fenty Beauty. But when it comes down to giving you guys a review where you're in the middle and you're trying to figure out which one you want to go with, okay, before I make my decision, I'm here for anybody who really is trying to make a decision. I would say both. However, the reason why I'm not going to say both today is because I really want to give you my honest opinion, and I don't want it to seem biased at all. It comes down to quality, being inclusive, and a good price point. I want to say Fenty Beauty. And the reason why I'm going to say Fenty Beauty is because there's so many people out there. It's so many of you guys that are out there trying to figure out your foundation shade. You're trying to figure out a good price to spend on the foundation. You don't want to be too expensive and you don't want it to be too cheap. And I'm surprised myself that I'm choosing Fenty Beauty. I honestly can't believe that I'm choosing Fenty Beauty, to be honest with you. But when it comes to so much that Fenty Beauty is delivering, the value of your dollar is there. It's there. The brand respects you as a consumer, and I believe that your foundation will satisfy you. Even though it started to spread and everything like that, those are things that I can fix and alter in my foundation routine or my base routine to perfect that. But I think that if you're new to makeup or you're trying to figure out a good foundation, and this is not even just for brown girls, it's for like any skin complexion, try Fenty Beauty first. Fenty Beauty is a really good brand. And you know, NARS is a good brand too. I'm not even going to sit here and act like NARS isn't a good brand. However, when it comes down to catering to so many different shades, undertones, complexions, and really grasping that concept and then delivering it with good quality product, and also giving a good price too, and it's nurturing the skin, I think that I cannot sit here and say that this foundation, I would reach for this one first. I know that if I go into the store and I purchase a foundation, I love my NARS. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm a NARS babe. It's in my top 5. But I know if I was on a budget and I know I need a good foundation, I would definitely get the Fenty Beauty one. And not just because of budget, but also because I can really get my money's worth from this product. And I feel as though it takes really good care of the skin even while you're wearing it. And for me, because my skin is dry in a lot of different areas, and I do have breakouts of dry patches from time to time and eczema, I feel like the Fenty Beauty will do me justice because it's not going to dry me out. If anything, it's going to hydrate those areas, and it's not going to stick to it and make it crusty or make my face itch during the day or anything like that. It's actually going to nourish the skin. So there we have it. Fenty Beauty for the win. I don't know if you thought I was going to choose NARS. I was surprised myself. If you like my video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up because it's going to really help the next individual that needs a video like this. So don't forget to also comment. It's going to also reach more people if you comment and engage. And also don't forget to like and share. Thumbs up definitely helps me here on my channel, helps me here on YouTube, and it helps other people find videos like this where they need actual help, and you know, there's actually people delivering good value in the content. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I love you so much. Thank you for supporting me, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.